everyone, and welcome back to Liz Sews. Today is my most favorite time of the month, and that is looking at all of the things that I've managed to sew up in the month of September. And so for the month of September, I've been focusing on Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Now, if you haven't seen them already, I have numerous videos up on my channel going through the construction process of Belle, so be sure to check that out. I'll link them up in the iCards above here. So I'm switching down to my table view, and we can take a look at the bra. So here is the bra that I've made for Belle. This one is a pretty simple bra in that the base of it is just the straight Boylston bra pattern from Orange Lingerie without any alterations. I haven't done any stylistic changes to it. So the base bra itself is made out of a stretch taffeta that I purchased from Fabric Wholesale Direct. And then once the bra was completely constructed, I went ahead and added the roses and the sort of chiffon swag onto the top of it to really oomph up that Belle look. I am ecstatic with how this bra turned out. I also added just a little bit of this gold shimmery lace detail along this side cradle here. I think it adds just a little bit extra element and really helps it out. When I think of the Belle ball gown, I really think of something that has a lot of texture and layers and stuff like that. So that's what I wanted to portray in the bra itself, as well as that gorgeous yellow golden color. So this is what it looks like from the front. Of course, these straps go up over my shoulder, but then the swag here actually dips down onto my arms to give that sort of off the shoulder look. I think it was really, really effective. I may have made these just a little bit too long. I think I measured the distance plus 5 inches. I probably didn't need that much, but I was reading somebody's blog and they were really coming at it from a perspective of sewing for belly dancing, and so they really needed to make sure that they could raise their arm completely up in the air, and I think that's why she had said to add such a large amount of length to the swag. Obviously, I don't really foresee this bra being a super practical bra. It's not something I can wear underneath clothing or anything like that. So for me, it probably would have been fine to have a much shorter distance on there. So it's something that I could easily go in and fix down the road if I ever wanted to. So from the back of the bra here, you can see that the chiffon swag just attaches to the strap itself right above the back band, making it really easy to take on and off versus it going all the way around the bra itself. Because this is using sort of like a woven fabric on the exterior, I paid a lot of attention to make sure I had this sheer cup lining in on all of my seams so that I don't have to worry about anything sort of unraveling or pulling apart. I do get some flat spots in this bra just because it's a woven fabric. That's the nature of the beast. But for something like this, which is really intended to be more of a fantasy fun thing, can I make it? I'm not terribly concerned over the fit being perfect, if that makes sense. So here is the bra. And to go along with that, of course, I had to make a pair of matching underwear. So this is the Vera panty from Studio Costura Shop. The reason I used the Vera panty is because I knew I wanted to add this sort of swag detail along the side of the underwear as well. And so I liked that the Vera panty uses bra straps to do this sort of hip section. I felt like that was really minimalistic. And so it would allow me to have these swags and not take too much attention away from them by having the strap here. So it was really small and tiny. I did have to make some alterations to this pattern to get it to fit me a little bit better, mostly elongating both the front panel piece as well as the gusset piece. I've used a stretch satin in here, and this is one that I've actually dyed myself. I used a combination of honey mustard from Dharma Trading Company, and I think it's sunshine yellow from Pro Chemical and Dye, and I got this really gorgeous, beautiful yellow color, and hopefully you can see on the screen just that lovely, luxurious sheen that the stretch satin gives you. This is one of my favorite materials to work with. I love that it's stretch enough that I can use it both in underwear and bras if I want to, but it does have such that luxurious sheen to it that is just beautiful and I love. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I really get into bra making. It's just because I love the fabrics and the textiles and stuff like that. So really, really happy with how these turned out. I think the swag looks great. Laying down on the table here, this might look sort of like a fallopian tube almost with the roses and stuff like that, but I think once you get the human body in there, it looks a little bit better. I can go ahead and pop some photos in now of maybe me wearing it, we'll see how confident I feel, but at least the mannequin wearing it. So you get an idea of how it drapes against the arms and stuff like that. So next up, I had another project that's sort of like thematically linked to Belle, and that I wanted to make an garment that was a little bit more wearable, something that I could see myself using more in day-to-day life, where I'm never really going to opt for, you know, this fanciful rose number wearing underneath my clothing at work. So for this one, I've actually done a bodysuit. So this is the Cindy pattern from Ululu, and this is a pattern that comes with the option of like a long line bra, underwear, and then a bodysuit. So I've just done the bodysuit in it. I do have a tutorial for this bodysuit up on my channel, and I'll try to link it in the iCards above here if you're interested to see how it was made. This is something that I made several years ago, that tutorial, but it's still the same process. And the material that I've used for this is this really lovely mustard crushed velvet that came from Emerald Erin. Absolutely gorgeous. Of course, this is the color that I would love. And then when I decided that I was going to do Belle, I knew that this crushed velvet was going to have to be related to the Belle series. So let's see. I did not put any snaps in the bottom of here. I just don't particularly like snaps in the bottom of the bodysuit. That's just my preference. And then when we can look at this from the inside, I wish the inside was a little bit cleaner, but it is what it is. I used some cut and sew foam in the cups themselves. This pattern calls for stretch material in the cups, but I like just a little bbit more structure with a bodysuit because it's something that I intend to wear without clothing over top of it. So that's why I added in the foam on here. Most of the time in my bras, I am all for an unlined soft bra, but if I'm not going to be wearing clothing over top of it, then I like to add a little structure in the form of foam. And I didn't have any foam that really looked particularly great color-wise, which is why I went with the navy on here. But then I don't know, it's been a long time since I've seen Beauty and the Beast, but I'm pretty sure that like the Beast's suit is navy, so maybe I can just like pretend like it was intentional. One thing I did with this pattern, different from the last time I've made it up, is I actually floated in a duoplex bridge right here in the center. And that's because I do not like it when my bridge is really stretchy. I feel like it like distorts things and it looks really weird. So I just ran this duoplex in here. I didn't bother finishing the bottom edge of it because it's duoplex, it's not going to unravel. But that helps to stabilize the bridge. And for me, I think it looks a lot nicer because I don't have to worry about those wires sort of like stretching out of shape or anything like that. It holds them in exactly the spot where I want them to be. So I find that a lot more comfortable when I made this versus the last time I've made a bodysuit with this pattern. So pretty happy with how this guy turned out, and it's definitely something I can see myself wearing throughout the fall months. So the next bra that I have to show you is one that I'm calling my Monarch Bra. So this is done with the Emerald Erin Black Beauty pattern, and then I've just made a couple of overlay lace alterations to allow me to do this sort of neckline that sweeps down and forms a V in the center of the bridge. I've done this once before, and I can pop up a picture over here with aqua tulle or teal tulle, but for this one I've used orange, and I've actually done 4 layers of bra tulle in this upper cup here just so that I could make sure that I was getting that really sort of like vibrant orange coloration, because a lot of times with bra tulle it's just like a gentle wash of color, and I really wanted something that had a nice bright pop. The bra tulle, orange bra tulle, came from TaylorMade shop, as did the stretch lace, though I don't think that the lace is available anymore. It's really cool because it has this sort of like black and silver and gold, and to me it looked like butterfly wings, which is why I had this idea of doing another Monarch bra. I did modify the upper cup piece so that it has sort of this like strap attachment point instead of it being like a more balconette style. I've been really enjoying this. I think this one might be a little bit too close to center front for my liking, so I might take this pattern and shift it a little bit more. There's a very fine line in terms of my body, because I feel like if I push it too close towards the center, it looks disproportionate, and then I also have a lot of like underarm fluff over here that doesn't get captured. So my preference is always for straps that sit relatively far out, and I have such nice broad shoulders that it's never an issue with straps falling off. So again, that's just something from personal experience of what I like for my body. My experience is always to do with my body and not really anyone else's, because I'm the only person that I sew for. So next up I have a floral embroidery lace that I was really looking forward to sewing. This one came from Emerald Erin's shop and it is absolutely gorgeous. She actually had this in 3 colorways, like a buttercup yellow, a nice bright blue, and a black, I believe, and I just fell in love with the yellow one, of course. So looking at the bra, what I've made here is actually a Fenway bra from Orange Lingerie. I have a video up on my channel, and I'll see if I have room to link it, going through like my fitting process with this, because I did make quite a lot of adjustments in that I raised the bridge somewhat to allow me to use like just the standard classic wire and things like that. So I had a lot of fun making this bra. I think it looks really nice and delicate and soft, which is something that I really enjoyed. It definitely is more like a springtime bra than last vestiges of summer, but whatever. So I've used Antique Rose Findings and Power Dot on here because I thought that looked really nice with it. I've used Warm Beige Bra Tool, and this one the Bra Tool came from Tailor Made Shop. The Findings came from Bra Builders. And then of course the stunner of the show here is just that gorgeous, gorgeous lace from Emerald Erin. So the bow here in the front is actually functional in that these two are not connected. I basted this bridge in, I think 3 times when I was making it, trying to get it so that it ended at perfectly the right angle. So let me show you what I mean. So you can see here the ribbon is tied to each side here, and this is like free floating in there. But I just didn't like that it looked like this wire was sitting up slightly higher than this one. I don't really notice a difference in wearing it, it's just visually. So I decided to attach this ribbon on here just so that it sort of disguised that fact. And I actually think the ribbon looks really nice and sweet and definitely like works well with the theme of the bra. So from the inside of the bra, there's not as much to see in here. Like I said, I did bra tool for all of the cups as well as the bridge as the backing. So this is actually a 3-piece cup. There's the over piece right here, and then the bottom is split into 2, 1, 2. On the front of the bra, it sort of like disguises that because of the way that I've cut the lace. It almost looks like there's no seams whatsoever. I really sort of like this effect, and it's something I was seeing a lot in my Pinterest board of things that I was excited about sewing, so I just wanted to go ahead and recreate that here. And then the last bra I have to show you actually was not in my plans video. I had originally wanted to do something with the Orchid Bra tool from Tailor Made Shop, but I just couldn't wrap my head around the color story that I wanted to use, and nothing was like feeling quite right. So I decided to put that away until next year until I can figure out what I wanted to do with it. But I did get in this really, really gorgeous embroidered floral lace from Beware, and so I figured that was a good replacement to put in the lineup for this month's sewing. So here is the bra that I made. This one, I had a lot of fun with it. Unfortunately, I don't love how it looks on, so I might not wear it ever, which is such a sad thing because I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. So I had a couple of inspirations for this bra, and I can pop up some pictures over here. At first I was inspired this bra in terms of its like shape and design, and then super inspired by this bra from Studio Pia in terms of the color story. So the main like green fabric of the bra is a stretch satin that I've dyed myself in lichen colored acid dye from Dharma Trading Company. Really liked how that turned out. And then so the base, everything that's in green, is the Emerald Erin Black Beauty bra. And then I picked up another pattern that I had from my stash, and it's a Simplicity pattern that I cannot remember the name of. So I'll pop up a picture of that Simplicity pattern. And that one is actually a darted 1-piece cup. So I combined both of those cup piece patterns and overlaid them on top of each other. Because you see that the darted cup ends quite low in here, but I really just wanted to have that sort of like lacy overlay detail with the green that then extended up into the straps themselves. So laying down on the just seeing it laying down, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I just don't like how it looks on my body. So I need to start writing things down like this and remembering that I don't make these mistakes again, because it's such a pretty bra. But I do have enough of this left over that I can go ahead and make something else with this gorgeous lace. But I thought it was at least worthwhile showing it to you. And I mean, personally, I like to see that not everything is always perfect and fanciful and roses. Like in my sewing, as well as I'm sure many of your sewing, there are times when stuff doesn't work out. And so I think it's important to sort of like show the good and the bad so that people don't feel bad about when it doesn't work out for themselves, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think it's a pretty bra. It just doesn't work for me. And so it's back to the drawing board. I do really like this color combination of the green with the lace. So I might go in and dye some more just so I can sort of like reimagine this again in a way that will work for me. And then the last thing that I made this month is actually a swimming suit. I figured September is probably the last amount of time that it could be feasibly allowed to sew swimwear in Colorado. So I wanted to make just one more, and I've chosen the Life pattern from Bikini Design Club. So one thing I really was looking to do is I really wanted to make a rash guard. I know that Emerald Erin made a rash guard a couple of months ago, and she used the Belle Bodysuit from Closet Core Patterns. But I kind of, and like in my head, I was thinking, okay, I'm just gonna make a rash guard. But then when I saw this pattern, which is like a traditional like one-piece bathing suit, right? But it does have these long arm sleeves. I was like, that's the best of both worlds. So I used this really nice, lovely, vibrant blue. I think this is Milliskin, and I purchased it from Fabric Wholesale Direct, and of course everything's gonna be linked down below where available. And I really like how it turned out. So it's a pretty basic pattern from the front, right? It just has these darted areas by the bust line, and it looks like the standard one-piece suit with long arms, but in the back it's a party. A little bit like a mullet. So you can see that the back is really nice and open. This sits a little bit below my natural waistline, and then it has this nice open back here. And then I've chosen, I think she had, in her pattern, she wanted you to like put extra fabric ties there, but I chose to use a swimwear clasp instead because I have a lot of swimwear clasps, and personally I think they always look really nice and like professional. So I did a swimwear clasp at the top here. I also added in some foam cups in the front just because I think it helped it balance it out. It looks a little bit better, more proportional in my body when I have a little bit of extra oomph there on top. So this pattern, in the Bikini Design Club, I had been making a size 18. I'm like in between the 18 and the 20 in her pattern. So I had been making 18, but I thought for this one, I'd go ahead and make a 20. So I printed it out in a size 20. I would say I do have a little bit of excess fabric here, and I think that's because normally in garment sewing, I always have to do a sway back adjustment, like the distance between my shoulder and my waist in the back is shorter than my shoulder to the waist in the front. So I think that's something I might do, is just do like if I had to do it over again, I would do like a slight sway back adjustment so that the distance between this clasp here and this is shorter. But other than that, I thought it fit really well. I think it's a really fun suit. I like how it's got that like conservative on the shoulders and the arms, so I don't have to worry about getting sun there, but then I still have this sort of like sexy feature in the back with the open back. So hopefully you like the suit as much as I did. That concludes all of the things that I've made for the month of September. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite, and I'll see everyone next time. Take care.